So I thank Vidyarthi Parishat Tamil Nadu unit for inviting me, for giving me and for creating an occasion to commemorate the 75 years of Vidyarthi Parishat. So today is a special occasion even for Vidyarthi Parishat in Tamil Nadu, for Tamil Nadu and whole India. So in this, to commemorate the 75 years of Vidyarthi Parishat, it's a celebration. So in this, as a part of this celebration, the chief guest Sri Sridhar Vembuji, another important guest of this program, Sri Ganeshanji, and Vidyarthi Parishat Tamil Nadu, both the states, Dr. Venkateshji, Sujata, presidents of two different states, and State Secretary, Kaushikji, Gopiji, and all the Vidyarthi Parishat old workers of old and present workers of Vidyarthi Parishat and prominent citizens of Chennai city and well-wishers of Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishat. So today is a Onam day. So on behalf of Vidyarthi Parishat and the people who are sitting here, so my best wishes for all of you who organize Onam. So when I was listening to the speeches of Adani Sri Ganeshanji and Sri Sridhar Vembuji, it is a very unique occasion. In Vidyarthi Parishat, we used to talk of many things. So many ideal people are sitting on this dais. So I was remembering a story when Adani Sridhar Vembuji spoke about in Tamil Nadu how the drugs and liquor, so how that has affected the younger generation of Tamil Nadu. It is not only the phenomena of Tamil Nadu, throughout the country we are facing a menace of drugs or liquor in many places. Now Madhya Pradesh is also considered as one of the biggest state where the state is affected by liquor. So I was remembering a story about Vidyarthi Parishat. When Vidyarthi Parishat history book J. So the book, history book was released in Delhi. There was a program organized in Delhi. We were remembering about the many old stories of Vidyarthi Parishat. So Manya Dattaji quoted one of the stories. Just I was remembering when Adani Sridhar Vembuji quoted about the menace of the problem of liquor which we are facing in today's society. So one of the All India General Secretary of Vidyarthi Parishat, Vinod Tavdeji, when he was a student worker, so he was actively working in Mumbai Vidyarthi Parishat unit. We all know that, so we are working with many of our Vidyarthi Parishat old workers are sitting here. So we used to work for Vidyarthi Parishat 24/7. We don't bother about the time, house, family, career. We don't bother about such things, and we started working for some idealism. So there was a printing press in Chennai, in Mumbai, and our All India, one of the important student worker of Mumbai, he used to go for that printing press for printing souvenir. We all know that olden days souvenir means we used to sit in the printing press. So we go through the proof of that souvenir. It will take a lot of time. We all know, we all faced many such situations where Sridharji, Chandranji, we all know how we are going, how we were printing the souvenir. We all know about that. So in one such printing press, he was sitting and printing was going on whole night. Vinod Taude was sitting there. So the person who is a owner of that printing press, in between he used to take liquor. So whenever he was taking liquor, he was asking Vinod Taude, you also take something because you are staying here for so many hours, so that you will also get inspiration. There, at that time, Vinod Taude told that printing press person that, so we won't get inspiration out of your liquor. So we get inspiration by Bharat Mata. So he narrated such an incident. So I was remembering, so where we will get such an inspiration to work for the organization? It is not only one or two. There are thousands of workers who are working from so many years for the sake of nation and society development. So from where we all get inspiration? I was also thinking. So we were before entering this place. So it is a historical occasion. So I was remembering Professor Pamu sir, Paramashwanji, and Mane Gauri Shankar ji, Mane Madan Das ji. So before telling something, I wanted to. We are all recently heard about we lost Mane Madan Das ji. One of the unique thing about Vidyarthi Parishad is, so our former All India Organizing Secretary Mani Madan Das ji, so he was born on July 9th, 1949, and Vidyarthi Parishad has also started the journey on July 9th, 1949. So Mani Madan Das ji completed his fruitful journey, and he has blessed all of us to continue this movement and to create more and more history out of this student and younger youth movement of this country. So we got inspiration from all of Mane Madan Das ji, Gauri Shankar ji, Paramashivam ji. There are so many people who dedicated life for the sake of the nation or to develop this student movement throughout the country, to spread the student movement throughout the country. We all know that how many times our Mane Madan Das ji visited Tamil Nadu to inspire the student workers of Tamil Nadu also. We all remember those days. So 75 years fruitful journey of Vidyarthi Parishad, what we remember is, we all know that many things we used to write on the walls. When I joined Vidyarthi Parishad journey, so we were all in the 80s, we used to write on the walls that abolish Article 370. So whatever we were writing on the walls, so our education system should be Indo-centered. So now what happened? In last 75 years, in last 9 years, whatever the journey we had, so whatever we were writing on the walls, that has become a legislation in the parliament. So that is the success of Vidyarthi. We never believe that whatever we are writing on the wall is going to be the legislation in the parliament. So we are really a blessed generation, because whatever we were writing on the walls become a legislation. So whatever we were shouting on the roads, so that the same slogans was even now the Prime Minister of India, Prime Minister of Bharat is speaking. So in many street corner meetings, we used to say before the public that so our in medical and engineering education should be given in regional languages. People used to laugh. You are saying that you want to take medical and engineering education in Kannada and Tamil. So nobody was not imagining that is going to happen in our country. But same thing was spoken by the Prime Minister of India, Manya Pradhan Mantri ji, in Bihar public meeting. So we are really, after hearing to the speech of Pradhan Mantri ji, we felt that whatever we were speaking on the street corner meetings before 50 people, that now the Prime Minister of India is speaking. So whatever we spoke on the roads become the policy of the government. And the third point, what I felt about all this, whatever we are dreaming in our different types of bytex, that has become a reality in many of the policies. So you take any of the issues, whatever the issues we used to raise, especially about the education policy, we used to discuss that our education policy, now the policy, whatever the policy is faced, whatever the policy we are following, that is England centered. And we want to change now the doctor, now he is the Gem Hospital doctor used to say, I never visited UK because so I felt that they ruled us and they ruined us. That is why I never visited UK. He was telling before me. Same thing happened in education system also. After so many years, we were shouting the slogan, our education system should be Indo-centric education system. But that has become a reality now. And in our education policy, whatever the education policy now we are going formulated and that is implemented, the whole thing is that is a Indo-centric education policy. So some of the state governments may be opposing. But I want to quote you an example. Recently, central government organized a program in Delhi to commemorate the third year implementation celebration. In Delhi, they organized a program. So there were n number of stalls in that program organized by the government. There was one stall where, so one of the institution from Tamil Nadu, so two nuns from Tamil Nadu, so they developed. So we all know about Madhavanji of 14th century, whose great contribution in the field of mathematics. So those two nuns translated the scriptures of Sanskrit and Malayalam into English, whatever is mathematical contribution of Madhavanji, and it was well appreciated by UGC chairman and minister. That is why education policy, whatever the government may criticize or whatever some of the governments may not ready to implement policy, but at the grassroots level, people understood the spirit of the policy, and at the institutional level, many of the institution has implemented this policy. So whatever we thought about the Indian knowledge system and whatever the spirit which was presented in the education policy, so I think for the first time we are all discussing about the Bharatiya Gnana Parampara or Indian knowledge system. First time in the parliament, there was a discussion about the Vedas, and the government of India has decided to distribute the copies of Veda to all the member of parliament to touch and to see the Vedas of our country, which is not at all there in the education or in the academics. So now the situation has changed. In the whole academic, whatever the academic institution of our country, we are just reading the history of only 500 years. For the first time, after the implementation of this policy, the academics of 5,000 year history, we are bringing into universities in the education system of our country. That is the greatest contribution. Whatever the slogan we shouted in many of the programs to make the education policy as a Indo-centric, that is now implemented in our country. So that is the beauty of the Vidyarthi Parishad and the student movement which has written on the walls, which has shouted the slogans. We dreamt many of such things in the Baitaks that has become a reality of the reality today. So that is the greatest contribution of Vidyarthi Parishad. And in last 75 years, we got an opportunity when our country is in Amruta Varsha, when our Vidyarthi Parishad is commemorating 75 years and our country is 75 years, we all got an opportunity. We are blessed to participate in many of the achievements which we were able to see before us. One of the major achievement of our country is our Prime Minister Manya Pradhana Mantri ji. Because Pradhana Mantri, when he became a Prime Minister, so when he became first time when he became a Prime Minister, many of the Western newspaper had written about Modi ji that now the Prime Minister had come who are going to change the history of our country, which was written by the Britishers. Many of the Western countries too. But now we are seeing a position where our Prime Minister is saying about the decolonization of mind. And our Prime Minister is implementing many of the things which we are demanding as a systematic change. It is not only the education. Even Vidyarthi Parishad, like Fort Loss, like forum in Tamil Nadu, we discussed about even the change of CRPC and IPC. So in our parliament, on the last day of the parliament, even CRPC, IPS, the Bharatiya Danda Samhita, the name is changed and clauses are changed. That is one of the major contribution of our government to decolonize the legal system of our country. So in a way, whatever we were visualizing, we are dreaming, that has become a reality in last 7 decades. So Vidyarthi Parishad, I wanted to congratulate Vidyarthi Parishad Tamil Nadu, especially for continuously taking up some of the projects and working continuously to develop the nationalist spirit among the students and youth. One of the major contribution is when Dr. Paramashivanji was murdered, as a common student and youth, they think that if somebody kills us, then we will also take rifles and do something. Nothing. We are not, whatever the mission of Paramashivanji, to serve the poor people in and around Madurai. So the mission is continued, and from last so many years, Madurai Vidyarthi Parishad is the center of all such, center of medical camp and service activity. So, and another major achievement of Tamil Nadu Vidyarthi Parishad is to spread the message of nationalist spirit. Vidyarthi Parishad Tamil Nadu is continuously running the magazine of Manava Shakti from so many years. So that is also a great achievement of Vidyarthi Parishad. And third achievement of Tamil Nadu Vidyarthi Parishad, where there is no concept of student organization, constructive student activism. A model is created in Tamil Nadu. People feels whenever 500,000 students come together, the society feels fear about the forces. But Vidyarthi Parishad created a disciplined student and youth force with a nationalist spirit. So that is one of the greatest achievement of Vidyarthi Parishad. So Vidyarthi Parishad created a student philosophy. Whoever wants to start an student organization in Bharat or throughout the world, Vidyarthi Parishad has become a model for all of them. So such a model, an ideal student movement is created in last 75 years of Vidyarthi Parishad. And Vidyarthi Parishad always understand the present situation, present technology, and work accordingly. So that is the greatest success of Vidyarthi Parishad. Now I think you had seen Vidyarthi Parishad signed an MOU with an industry. So we never thought of such a thing in 25-30 years before in Vidyarthi Parishad. Now our people are confident and they are signing MOU with some of the industries. So Vidyarthi Parishad is moving forward and Vidyarthi Parishad is working with present generation and Vidyarthi Parishad is going to create a future generation with the same nationalist spirit, with the same patriotism. So that is the spirit of Vidyarthi Parishad we had seen in last 7 decades. So on the occasion of 75 years celebration, I congratulate Vidyarthi Parishad Tamil Nadu for taking this march ahead, and I assure on behalf of Vidyarthi Parishad to the society that in Tamil Nadu also, today our Wales University Chancellor has told he is ready to associate with Vidyarthi Parishad. There was a day when nobody was not there to associate Vidyarthi Parishad. People have a fear and people were not ready to give an office for Vidyarthi Parishad also. Now the Chancellor of the university has agreed to, he invited Vidyarthi Parishad to work actively in his campus. Now if Vidyarthi Parishad is there, means Vidyarthi Parishad presence is there, means that is a major contribution for the overall personality development of a person. Otherwise, people are not having confidence. Many a times, Adarniya Sridhar Vembuji told about self-employment, and people not identified by their trust. People should be identified by their capacity, by their knowledge. So whatever we had written in from the day one, we had used the word knowledge, gnana. That gnana is not limited to only certificate of the university. From the day one, Vidyarthi Parishad defined knowledge. Knowledge is not what we are getting through our textbooks. Knowledge is not only the knowledge which we are getting through Google. Knowledge is above than that. The word knowledge which we are used in Vidyarthi Parishad as a thought, that knowledge is a different level of knowledge. It is not just limited to getting certificate of the knowledge. In our education policy document also, there are 3 levels of knowledge is explained. One is gnana. Gnana is a whatever the information we are getting, that is a simple knowledge. And the second level of knowledge is explained as pragnana. Now we are hearing the chess player Pragnananda also. Pragnanam is above the knowledge, and that we are calling in English as a wisdom. So whatever Vidyarthi Parishad explaining about knowledge is not limited to simple knowledge, that is above the knowledge there is a wisdom. And the third level of knowledge is for we are trying to achieve the spirit of going to the spirit of Satya, search for Satya. So whatever we are going to search for the Satya or Gnanodaya, whatever many spiritual people used to say, that is a different level of knowledge. So that is why whenever we use the knowledge, that knowledge is not just limited to the certificate what we are getting in the university. We have to attain to the level of wisdom and to the search for the truth. So these are all levels of the knowledge explained in many of our ancient scriptures. So Vidyarthi Parishad wants to develop such a level of knowledge in each education institution and each classrooms. So with these words, once again, I thank for giving me this opportunity to participate in this and listening to all of your experience, Tamil Nadu experiences of all old workers. I got an opportunity to participate here. Thank you very much. Dhanyavad.